Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Data Wizard. In this video we will discuss about the data pre-processing and why it is important in our machine learning training model pipeline. And we will also discuss about the data pre-processing techniques that are data cleaning, data integration, data transformation, data reduction and data discretization. And that also with example in detail. Before that, we will also understand where does the data preprocessing section exist in machine learning model training pipeline. As you can see on the screen, the raw data when extracted from the resources, the first process that occurs, that is our data validation. And after the data validation, the data preprocessing occurred. So the data preprocessing component, as you can see on the screen, is that part. After all this, the question coming in your mind is what is data pre-processing? So before understanding what is data pre-processing, let us understand first what is data. What is data? Data is a form of image, text, video, audio. And when you get the data is not in that format that you can use the data directly into the model and divide that data into training and testing part, and you start your machine learning. Even though if you do also, then what happens, the accuracy of the models will be very low and the result will be worst. So guys, when you extract the data from the source, the data is very huge, and in that huge data, the large set, few values are missing, and these values create a problem for your model. That's the reason we need to do the data pre-processing part. And the data which you get from the resources, it's not always the meaningful data, it's the raw data. For example, I'll tell you that it is with the delimiters, because if you guys been knowing about the delimiters like pond sign or the hash sign, any sign is there. Even your CSV files are comma separated files, and that time those commas are also considered as a delimiter at that time. In as example, you can see on the screen, you will understand better what is delimiters. You can see on the original text, it is written something and it is separated by one symbol, and on the other hand where the result is, you can see it is in the form of rows and column, and that is a meaningful data that can be used. Now all the terminologies are clear, so we can define what is data pre-processing. Data pre-processing is a process to convert the raw data into the meaningful data using different techniques. You might be thinking, why can't we use the data directly which we receive from the source into the models? As I have already mentioned, the data in the real world is dirty, it is incomplete, noisy, inconsistent and duplicate. Let me explain all this term with an example showing on the screen. Here you can see that in this example, the salary column, just check it out, after 45,000 all the values are not there. So we have to remove that column by PCA technique that we will discuss in some other video. So it is clear from here what is the incomplete data. Now we can see this is an example of noisy data. So see, you can see some points are very far away from the line, and these are called the outliers, and this created the noise in the data, and these points are called outliers. And if you want to understand what is outlier, please click on the I button above. Now we'll talk about the inconsistent data. Inconsistent data means you are getting the same documents but their informations are different. Might be the reports which you are receiving from many times, but the data is different over there. Now the last one is the duplicate data. The duplicate data is very similar like the repetition of the data, like they are duplicating the data. For example, you can see over here the first column, you can say Christina, age is 22 and sex is 2. So in the sixth row you can see there is a one Christina 22 to same data as of the first column is repeated. So this is known as a duplicate data, and this data creates a problem when we make the model to learn, and it affects its accuracy and other factors. So this is why we can't use the data directly from the real world, because the data in the real world is dirty, incomplete, noisy, inconsistent and duplicate, and the data which we want should be accurate, complete, consistent, and it should have interruptibility. We can't provide anything to the machine learning algorithm because the machine learning algorithm has a rule to follow anything like a kid, because whatever we will provide, it works on that without any filtering, just like in principle that is GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. Let's move on to the technique of data pre-processing, that is data cleaning. So what is data cleaning? Data cleaning is a process of detecting and correcting the corrupt or the inaccurate records from the record set, table, or the database, and refer to the identify the incomplete, incorrect, inaccurate, and irrelevant part of the data, and then replacing the modifying or deleting the dirty or the coarse data. So in simple language we can say that if there are some values which are inappropriate or not mentioned, like for example we can take the missing values, the missing values are not there, due to which our data is inaccurate, so we are placing like mean, mode, or median, we are placing that, so that is mean as modifying. So we are detecting the dirty data or the missing values, and then we replacing it with and modifying it further. This is how the data cleaning works. Now let's move on to data integration. What is data integration? Data integration involves combining data residing in different sources and providing users with a unified view of them. This process becomes significant in a variety of situations which include both commercial and scientific domain. In simple words, we can understand what is data integration is that, for example, we are collecting the data for the Lenovo laptops, and we have to take care, we should not take the data of the Lenovo other devices like Lenovo Tab, Lenovo Mobile. We have to take only the data for the Lenovo laptops, and we have to also take care, we should not take the data of the other laptops apart from Lenovo. That is called data integration. Hope you guys would have understand what is data integration. Now let's understand the other technique of that is data reduction. What is data reduction? The data reduction is a transformation of numerical or alphabetical digital informations derived empirically and experimentally into the corrected, ordered, and simplified form. The basic concepts of reduction of multitudinous amount of data down to the meaningful part. Now let us understand in the simple language what is data reduction. For example, like there is a job and there are many applicants, there are many applications, then there are many interview rounds like HR round, technical round, communication round, and we have to qualify one round, screening is also there. So why these are rounds? This is to that refine, we get the cream, we get the best among those. So that is why that is same as data reduction. In data reduction also, when we get the data, there is a number of features, but we have to take the feature that are our accuracy or our model is more dependent on. So we have to keep that columns or the features with us. So we are reducing other features and removing the other data. That is called data reduction. Hope you guys would have understand what is data reduction. Now we will discuss about the data transformation. What is data transformation? Data transformation is a process of converting data from one format or structure into another format or structure. It is fundamental aspect of most data integration and data management tasks, such as data wrangling, data warehousing, data integration, and application integration. In simple words, we can understand what is data transformation is that when we get that data from the resource that is not in the same format as we used to modify or work over it, so we used to transform that data or transform that into our structure on which we can work. Like we are getting the unstructured data, we need to convert into structured so that it can be seen into rows and column and we can work over it. So that is what known as data transformation, or simply we can say converting the data into the simple form so that we can apply the machine learning algorithms and we can modify and we can analyze over the data. That is known as data transformation. Hope you guys would have understand what is data transformation. Now we need to understand what is data discretization. Data discretization is defined as a process of converting continuous data attribute values into a finite set of intervals with a minimum loss of information. We can also understand discretization is a process of transferring continuous functions, models, variables, and equations into discrete counterpart. This process is usually carried out as a part or a first step towards making us suitable for numeric evaluation and implementation of digital computers. And discretization, we all know what is discretization. Let me explain you further by taking the example. In this example, you can see they are discretizing the humidity attributes into three bins. These three bins are low, normal, and high. Values that lie between 60 to 69 is assigned to low. The values that lie between 70 to 79 is assigned to normal, and 80 plus or above 80 values are assigned to high. This is how we do discretization. Many attributes as taken into few bins. This is how discretization works. Hope you guys have understand all the concept of data preprocessing. Thanks for watching the video. Like, share and comment if you have any query in the comment section. And guys, please support. Stay motivated, keep learning.